Digimon Story Hacker's Memory basically improves almost all the stuff that I didn't like about the original Cyber stuff like the side quest, the bust mechanics, and I guess the story's pretty decent so far. I haven't fully finished it. I'm at like chapter 10, I think. Yeah, around chapter 10. And another really good plus about this game is, again, the roster, which honestly I love, but I'll get into a little bit later. But this video isn't going to be that long. I just really want to talk about all the good things that I love about Hacker's Memory and what it adds to, Cyber Sleuth. But a little bit before I start the actual video, a little story time. I didn't actually play through this fully until like recently because before I had a rental copy that I got from my local library. The farthest I got up to was like chapter 8, and so like a little bit halfway done because I think it's around the story is like around 16, 17 chapters. But now that I actually have my own copy, but not my save, so I had to restart. But again, physical copy and not the rental anymore. But still, I've had a blast playing up to the point when I got up to, and like even further. So that's something. But now I will get into the actual video, and before I do, spoilers, just in case. But now let me get into the big reason why I love this game, the roster. I generally don't have much problems with it, considering basically a lot of the monsters in the original were fantastic, but this just adds on to it. But again, 100 new monsters that, like, I think Cyber Sleuth had like 200-ish monsters, and it adds all like 220 without the DLC, and this one adds like 100 extra, so it's like around 320, 330, which is honestly amazing. Some of my favorite ones have to be the Fire and Light Spirits, that being a Digimon, the Beast Spirits, the Hyper Spirits, Shoutmon and his evolution, so a Mega Shoutmon, just not the other cross forms, Lunamon and her entire line, like her Ultimate Champion, and other miscellaneous Digimon, for example like Unimon and stuff like that. And it's a brand new Digimon, that being Supermon. I honestly think he's kind of a cool weapon type Digimon that's similar to Jesmon, and I really like the Supermon line because I've actually been using it. Like, I use a lot of the new monsters that's been introduced. Like, I know in the original Cyber Sleuth they had Mastimon, and she was pretty cool too, that being kind of like a female counterpart to Lucemon. And I know because Lucemon, a way to get him, at least in like the Digimon story game, is to fuse Angemon and Devimon, and in this case to get Mastimon is to get Angemon and Lady Devimon, which is, I find to be really cool. And there was also the fact that the roster isn't like blocked from any DLC, to my understanding. Like, I know that most of the guys that were in pre-order bonus, like the Black Agumon line from the original, is automatically in this game for free, so that's amazing. And then I know they also had added the Systemon Seal, or whatever her name was, as free DLC, and then there was like small chibi versions of some of the Digimon, like I think some of the Royal Knights that you can pay for, but of course you won't get all of them. I think you only get 2, while the pre-order had like about 4 or 5, but it's not a big deal since the chibi versions don't really add much considering to the original ones. But again, most of the roster still not blocked by DLC, which I find amazing. Now let's talk about how much more balanced this game is compared to the original. There were a lot of hard nerfs to a lot of Digimon that were busted in the original. Like, for example, the piercing moves got a lot of nerfs to it. Like, for example, now they have like different tiers. Like, for example, like some moves having like a medium level piercing, and some moves having like a high level piercing and stuff like that. Then there's also a hard nerf to All Force Featuremon. His ability got nerfed well. Instead of like affecting everyone on your team going forth, it only affects him. So now it's not annoying. And honestly, right now I actually feel that hard mode is kind of more balanced in Hackers and everything than it was to the original. I haven't played normal yet, so I can't really tell, but so far hard mode actually feels hard and it's kind of fun. And there's actually this one thing I've noticed where Platinum Sukamon and I think it was Platinum Sukamon, like Gold Numon or whatever, or like Platinum Numon, where they have like really low intelligence stats, but like 999 defense, which I guess can be kind of a nerf, because if you basically flick them with like an intelligent attack, they're dead. And I guess that's a slight nerf, and I always found that funny when I first found out, or like first saw that with Platinum Sukamon. I just started dying. And as I said before, the side quests are a lot better. They feel a lot of them feel really unique, and yeah, those the generic ones like, oh, I lost my item, or like, for example, all the domination battle, which again I'll talk about a little bit later. But for example, there was this one that I really liked when you had to help out a school with a hacking competition, just in case they got hacked, and there were probably a few other ones. Like I know there was one with an aquarium where you basically had to find out like who was messing with it, who was stealing all the fish, but then bringing it back. Like there were a lot of unique ones that like were really like. Actually, wait, there was this one where like you had to basically because there were a bunch of kids who were cheating on a test, and then okay, I'm trying to explain it because okay, so they're cheating on a test, right? And then there was this one kid who they bullied to them to do the answers, and basically, long story short, he basically killed all of them. Like he killed like a fake version because BUG basically fucked with it, and it was like really scarring to me when I saw it for the first time. Like, is this in a Digimon game? And then yeah, there are some really spooky ones, but that's not the point. Like I'm just saying, like really cool side quests, a lot better than the original. Then there were all the brand new characters that being Erica, Ryuji, and Chotsuke. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but honestly, they seem nice so far. Again, I'm only at like chapter 10, and so far things are getting pretty heated, but they all seem really fine additions to the whole world of Cyber Sleuth and stuff like that. There's also the ability to transfer over your save from Cyber Sleuth into Hacker's memory, and all it really adds is like the field data that you have on that save, along with medals, giving you some items, and like some customization, like a pair of goggles for your Digimon. It's just something nice for people who bought and played through both games, and I've used it, and honestly, it's kind of amazing. And as I said before, the domination battles are honestly amazing. There's like two different modes for this. One of them is wiping out the entire team, and the other one is gain points. And for the most part, I like both of them. There's two different kinds of play. Like for example, like the one with gain points, the maps are really varied, and okay, by varied I mean like the layout and the like how far up the things are. Just because they usually have the same background stuff. But like when I'm talking varied, as I said before, the platforms are usually higher or lower, just depending on that stuff. And usually you have to get the points in a certain amount of turns, and it's just I've died a lot at some of them just because I didn't get the amount of points, and then I really had to change up the thing, and that's what I love about it, because it usually just isn't about brute forcing or anything, but you actually have to think a lot of the times. And then the other ones, well, you have to wipe out the entire team. It's usually just you basically brute forcing through everything because it's just a flat map. And honestly, this mode's still again really fun. Also, side note, the music in Hacker's Memory is really good because the original Cyber was good, so this one it's usually the same thing. There's also the online, but frankly I haven't really tried it out, but from what I hear, it's a lot better. The connection's a lot better for the online. There's a lot more things you can select from, and honestly, at least it's good that Bandai at least tried for this game, for the online. And then there was the dungeon design, and frankly, it's the exact same as Cyber Sleuth. Honestly, it's still really boring, and you'd be usually visiting the same places over and over again with not much variety. And yeah, there's also the story too, and honestly, yeah, it's just a sub-story to the original Cyber Sleuth. I just don't think it's as good as Cyber Sleuth, and it doesn't do much for me, and honestly, I would still rather pick Cyber Sleuth in terms of story over this, but Hacker's Memory isn't a terrible story by any stretch, it's just not as good. Frankly, I really, really wanted Hacker's Memory to be the perfect Digimon game. It has a huge ass roster, the missions are great, the gameplay is really fun, and stuff like that. Just the story isn't as good, and honestly, still the dungeon design is pretty trash. It might not have the same impact as Cyber Sleuth had on me when I first played it, but still, I would still say that Hacker's Memory is still an amazing Digimon game. But would I rate it higher than Cyber Sleuth? Probably not, but I can still say it's probably one of the better ones out there, and if you do have a PS4 or a Vita, you should probably just get this if you want to get into Digimon. Thank you for listening, this has been Vike, and see you guys later. Also, one last big message. If you made it this far, but I've also started streaming on Twitch. I probably should put this at the start of the video, but I didn't. Maybe next time. But I usually stream Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday around 11 o'clock. So if you're interested, I will link my Twitch in the description. And actually, okay, 11 Eastern time. If I haven't made, I'm sorry, but 11 Eastern. So thank you guys for listening. This has been Vike, and now finally, see you guys later.